Hi and welcome to Mike's Corner. The weather's getting better and that can only mean one thing. Car boot sales! Yes! I haven't been to a car boot sale in like 8 months and, you know, I used to go to so many boot sales back in the day, picking up bargains, picking up like Commodore Amigas, for example. We picked up that Amiga 600 over there for £5 at a boot sale many moons ago. That it's great to finally be able to get to car boot sales once again. Now, this is a Will It Work episode because the last couple of weeks I've been able to pick up something for a ridiculously cheap price of £4. So, do you want to see what I picked up for £4? Okay? Right, so this is all in one bundle, by the way. So, a Wiimote. Some Xbox 360 mics. That one just fell. 2 Xbox 360 controllers. A kinect. And la piece de resistance. An Xbox 360 Slim. Or light, whichever way you want to put it, for £4. I picked up all of those items, all in the same pile, for £4. Will it work? Should we go and find out? Okay, what have we got here exactly? So I did actually miss something out. There was actually also an iToy in with a bundle too. So I paid £4. Look at the dirt coming off this stuff. Flipping heck. So I paid £4 for everything. And I'm just going to have a quick look at what we've got here. So we've got 2 controllers. Bit on the dirty side, to be fair. That yeah, there's some nice crusty dirt going on these, and there's some nice crusty rust. Look at that. So, yeah, that looks interesting. This one doesn't actually look that bad. There's a little bit of rust on the terminals, but what we're going to do with both of these is get them completely stripped down and get new terminals and battery covers installed on them. And get them all completely cleaned up because they are incredibly grubby, and hopefully we can get these 2 working. Now, the Kinect is a Kinect, really. It's a bit scratched up in places, as you can see. It's an Xbox Kinect. I can't really feel that there'd be anything really wrong with this. But we will get that tested as well. I mean, all I can really think that could go wrong is maybe that the cable's damaged in some way. But it looks fine. I mean, apart from like a kink there. But yeah. What else did we get? We got 2 mic. Look at the dirt coming off. It's got 2 microphones for the Xbox as well. And I mean, these are going to be fine, right? I mean, it looks all fine. The battery terminals look good. I can't really see the ones at the bottom, but I can see a shine. Don't know if you guys can see it. So I think the battery terminal on that one's going to be fine. And this one's got a nice shiny battery terminal there. And I can kind of see a shiny battery terminal at the bottom as well. I don't think you guys can see that. But, I mean, these look okay. They're just microphones. So, oh. That one's making a bit of a noise. Not sure where it's making the noise from. Wherever it is, it doesn't want to come out. But I wonder what that is. Maybe we'll find out. And of course, the piece of resistance. Oh well, I forgot something. And there's a remote in here as well, in the same bundle. Let's have a look at the battery terminals on this. Okay, so the battery terminals are a little bit crusty on this one, but I don't think they're that overly bad. I mean, they'll probably clean up, but the Xbox terminals are predominantly worse. It's a bit beaten up, but as I said, everything £4. And of course, back to the piece de resistance. Oh, you got Won't even fit on the screen. Xbox 360 Slim. Look at this. This is awesome. Let me zoom out a little bit for you. So here is the Xbox 360, and it's a little marked in areas, but I mean, it's not that bad. It's more dirty than anything. There's a little scratch here, but it's got all of its flaps. CD-ROM drive seems to be all there. Grills look all 100% fine, and all the ports at the back look good. However, the only thing that was missing from this particular bundle was a power supply. And luckily enough, I've got one on order. So hopefully by the time we get to the workshop, it'll be here. But let's just tally up what we've got here. So we've got an Xbox 360. We've got a iToy for the PlayStation, or PlayStation 2. We've got 2 microphones, 2 controllers, a wiimote, and a kinect. £4, baby. I nearly bit his hand off as soon as he said it. And he actually said, anything else in the box, I'll throw in with it. Hence why I ended up with the iToy and the actual Wiimote as well. So, £4 for the lot. Now, but does it work? Welcome to my workshop. So, here are the 2 controllers. I'm going to strip them down, get all this cleaned up, hopefully, and get this working. And we can see what's going on in here. It's a bit crusty, as this one's not too bad. So, but we still want to get new terminals in here anyway. We've got to get these all completely stripped down, everything taken off, all the buttons, everything like that. Get them thrown in the ultrasonic cleaner, well, the cases at least, and get them all nice and sparkly, and get all the terminals sorted. And hopefully the potentiometers are okay, but we could always change them if they're not. Right, back again. There appears to be a screw under here. So we're going to do the same thing as we did for this label to get this label off as well. Wow. So that's pretty bad. But hopefully that'll all come off in the ultrasonic. The battery terminals, on the other hand, yeah, kind of non-existent on this. Right, get the rest of it stripped, ready for the ultrasonic bath. Well, look at that. Nice bit of corrosion going on here. Hoping a bit of isopropyl alcohol will fix that. Okay, so now the controllers are all completely apart. We're going to get these thrown into an ultrasonic cleaner, get all the grub and all the rust hopefully off. Any kind of stubborn stuff I will need to get off manually, but I'm hoping that the ultrasonic cleaner will do a good job of getting rid of this. So here we have my big ultrasonic bath. I'm going to put all the bits in here, give them a clean, and hopefully they come out really nice. And while that's doing that, I'll take the boards and give them a good scrub. Okay, that's looking a lot better. Not so much crud around the actual components on the circuit board. We need to get these taken off in preparation for when
the new ones arrive. So this is what was left of the battery terminals on this one. Gosh, there's not a lot left of those. So after that, the board looks fine. It looks good. I mean, it's a little dirty still, but I think that's just due to the amount of scratches on the actual port. But the board itself looks fine and ready for its new battery terminals. Now moving on to the next one. This one's not as bad. In fact, it's pretty good. There is a little bit of kind of leftover flux residue on the board. The board looks generally grubby anyway, but we get these off, get it all cleaned up and ready for the new battery terminals. So there we have both the controllers stripped down now and the terminals completely off, all cleaned up, all buttons off, and the battery terminals removed, ready for the new fresh battery terminals to be soldered in place. Now we've got all the bits out of the ultrasonic cleaner, got a little something to show you. So this was the one that wasn't very rusty. As you can see, that's cleaned up really nicely. Now the one that was really rusty is here. Look at that. That is so much better. So much better. And the fronts of them that were all nice and crusty. Here we go. That's one of the fronts. And that's the other front as well. Now these are the same controllers, just really nicely cleaned up. However, I'm still waiting on the parts to put the new battery terminals on these. And once they turn up, we can put these things back together again.
So as we're waiting on the parts to turn up for the controllers, what we're going to do is see if we can polish up this kinect from the scratches that are on it. Now, as you can actually see, I've done a little bit of polishing on the side and it's come up pretty nice. So what I'm going to do is do the rest of it and hopefully we'll have a nice shiny kinect.
There we have the Kinect all cleaned up, and as you can see, looks 1,000 times better than what it did. Nice and shiny, and very little scratches. So while we're waiting on the parts for the actual Xbox remote, we have this little thing that was in the bundle. So how about we get it taken apart, get it thrown into the ultrasonic cleaner, and then get it tested, see if it works. I'd be interested to see what happens with these terminals. Okay, that was a little bit harder than it needed to be, but there are two little clips that are at the top, and they're a little bit difficult to get off. You can kind of jimmy it or jiggle it out to get it out. Okay, yeah, looking at this, I mean, these look okay. A little bit of blue around here, which I'm just going to get a little bit of isopropyl alcohol on, just to clean it up, but all looks fine so far. And the rest of the parts should be fine. I'll get this thrown in the ultrasonic cleaner and see how it comes out. So now we're back after the remote's been in the ultrasonic cleaner, and it's a lot better looking, and the battery terminal has come out not too bad, really. I've given it a little bit of a clean up with some sandpaper as well, because it was a little bit dull, but all the green stuff's gone, and the green stuff off, or the blue stuff's off here is pretty much gone as well, and we're ready to re-put this back together again. Okay, so now that the wiimote is back together again, let's throw some batteries in and see if we've got the first thing that we got from the boot cell that works. Batteries are in. Power button. Hey, look! Nice. So the remote works. Now, hopefully, the battery terminals are going to turn up for the Xbox remotes, and we can get working on those as well. Okay, so we're now the next day, and we actually have the battery terminals that have turned up. So I'm going to get those installed now, and then put the controller all back together again. So there we have the two controllers put back together again. Just got to put the battery covers on. But have a look at that. Wow. How awesome does that look? And the other one? Look at that. From the rust and crust that was in here previously to a really nice and clean battery terminals. Now I'm going to put the labels back on, get some batteries in them and see if they actually power on. So hopefully they do. So I've got two lots of batteries. Let's get these put in and see if it'll actually work. Okay, battery pack 1 going in. Okay. Ah, we've got power lights, look. Awesome. Okay, and then the next one. Yes. Okay, so we have to do some tests, of course, to see if they're working properly, but that's a brilliant sign. They're trying to connect to the Xbox, but as the Xbox isn't on, they just do their old flashing, but awesome. Right, I'm going to get the serial numbers put back on them, and then we'll move over to the Xbox. Okay, now onto the Xbox. Now, in all honesty, it's not in that bad condition. Even the dust on the fan is, I mean, that fan is ridiculously clean. Now, if you can hear that hissing noise, that's my air compressor. That's ready to go. So what I'm going to do is blow this out with air and give it a clean up. So hopefully it will work once we plug it in and try it out. That what I'm going to do, this is important, because when you blow air on a fan, it acts as a generator, about like a dynamo kind of thing, and it produces power. So I'm just going to stop that from moving by just putting a little screwdriver in there. So when I blow it out, that fan doesn't go stupidly quick and generate power and maybe damage the Xbox. So I'm going to get it all blown out and cleaned up, and then we can move on to the power on test. Now you join me after the mega clean, and here it is, the £4 Xbox 360 bundle. So, should we get some power into this and see what it does? So you join me with my £4 Xbox 360 bundle, apart from the power supply, which I've had to get separately. Now, the power supply was £10 off eBay, but everything you see here was included in my bundle for £4. And look how well they've cleaned up. The Kinect looks lovely and shiny. The controllers look so much better than what the crusty mess that they was. And the Xbox was the star of the show, really. It was clean, not a lot of dust on the fan, and it's cleaned up, and it looks very, very nice. So let's get the power connected and see what happens. Okay, we're in. We've got an amber light on the power supply. So, here we go. Wow, okay. No red lights or green. No way. Shit, no. What? That's booting up. That's booting up! Okay, did the controllers connect? Oh, there we go. Controller 1. Seriously. Controller 2. Serious. So the controllers have connected. We even have a green light on the Kinect. And if you can look down here, oh, Kinect. That's everything working. That's everything working for £4. Now, it's FIFA 14. Yeah, because you can't really sell them, can you? Wow. Let's see if it works. Let's put it in. If it reads the disc, come on. Read a disc. Read a disc. Go on. By me. Oh, it only works. That's amazing. Absolutely amazing. Car boot sale find of the century. £4 Xbox 360 Lite with Kinect, 2 controllers, and obviously a Wii nunchuck as well, and an iToy.
What an amazing outcome. We've got an Xbox 360, we've got 2 controllers, we've got the Kinect, and we've got 2 microphones, and I've tested the microphones and they do work. And then we've also got the wiimote, and then we've got the iToy as well. What an amazing bargain for £4. All of it works. Absolutely thrilled. Now, I know what you're waiting for. Let's go to the beauty shots! What an amazing looking console for the cost. Now, tomorrow there is another car boot sale, which I will be going to, so hopefully we'll find something else that we can tear apart and see if it works. But believe me, trying to find stuff at car boot sales is getting harder and harder and harder to do, because they get loads of people going there looking for the same kind of stuff. So for me to pick this up for £4, I was so surprised. But if this is the kind of the thing you like to see, and like to see someone tearing into something, seeing if you get it work, and you enjoyed this content, think about whacking the like and subscribe. And if you've picked up a bargain yourself, think about throwing a comment in of what you actually picked up and how much you paid for it. But as always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you next video.